Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 3. It's kind of a mouthful of a phrase, but hey, you know what? If you are, if you're familiar with the Warhammer series, then this game, it pays very nice homage to the entire miniatures tabletop game that it is. I am a longtime player of Warhammer 40k, so I'm familiar with the factions. I have often played as Space Marines, Orcs, and Tyranids in the past, though in this there is currently Space Marines, Eldar, and Orcs. There are no sign of any other classes at this point, but it is brand new and currently in open beta. Now let me take you on a little bit of a tour of what to expect here. At the time that you're seeing this, the open beta has already closed. It was only open for the weekend, but we can go in here. And you can actually see the special characters that you can unlock. You've got this guy here who is Gabriel Angelo. He's a really powerful single character, much bigger than the others, in some kind of Terminator armor with a massive electrified hammer, or looks more like a meat tenderizer, but yeah, it's used in a similar fashion. You can, of course, unlock skins and stuff as you level up your characters so that you can be more impressive. I mean, right now, look at this thing. It's looking really wicked as compared to the standard version, which, let me bring it up here. There you go. There's the standard version, which, don't get me wrong, that's still really pretty and impressive nonetheless. This one here is just free with pre-orders. Hey, look at that. They're trying to get some pre-orders in. Not a problem. Not a problem. But hey, you can, as time gets on, you see these little numbers here, 2, 4, and 10. Summon these guys in to do some work for you, and then if they do die, they are not actually dead. They're just out of commission for usually a rather long time. Of course, this guy is relatively cheap. This one's kind of a mid-tier. And this one here, well, it's a really massive and difficult to kill machine of terror and destruction. Often I have seen it just destroy and annihilate my own army. But there's a lot that you can do. Each one, you can choose out these guys. Of course, you'll have probably more in the future to choose from, but for now you can also choose special abilities that you can grant your entire crew. In this case, the Tactical Marines Flamer ability slows infantry and immobilizes vehicles. You can choose any 3 that you want from those that you've unlocked so far. And you can unlock them by earning skulls, which are down here at the bottom. By highlight, it currently says skulls are awarded for completing missions in multiplayer games. Use the currency to get more elites and doctrines. These being doctrines, these being elites. And therefore you're able to unlock more to choose from as well. I mean, if I click over here, you can see that there are some others on the list as well, which I'm not going to get into at this point. But on the side, these doctrines grant special abilities to your group. In this case, I'm going with one that empowers a flamer ability in your standard Marines. Then, of course, I'm going to have, let's see, down here, some stuff on my listening towers, and how they can grant special healing to any friendlies nearby if they're not in combat, as well as increased health and damage, because I want to keep them alive. And I basically chose those 3 abilities. Now, you can also go into your Army Painter, which I thought was fantastic, because I personally used to play as Salamanders, which in the rules actually had a special subset, but they're not playing with any kind of special rules. In this case, it's just a color change for your group, and you can actually pay homage to that chapter that you might have be a fan of in the past. Now, in this case, I'm the Salamanders, and I'm pretty happy about that. Usually people go with, like your Dark Angels or your Ultramarines, Space Wolves, or Blood Angels. Well, I'm none of those. I'm Salamanders, but you can choose the different factions, Eldar, Orcs, and pick through the different styles if you want, and change the colors. You can customize them. You can make your own insignia. It's really, really cool, the amount of tinkering and tweaking that you can do with all this just on a visible level. I mean, you can see the different color schemes here. It's actually ridiculous. You can make a new chapter all your own if you want. It's really nice. You can play through a tutorial. It's only from the Space Marines perspective. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do kind of a chopped up version of a 3-player game. Relatively crazy action. It's going to be more or less a death fest, and mostly on my guy's side, because I'm terrible at this game. I've only played it once or twice, and each game does actually take you a bit of time to get into. So let me go over to the multiplayer section here, and you can choose 3 versus 3, 2 versus 2, or 1 versus 1, or you can even search for multiples if you're not being picky. In this case, I'm going to try for a 3v3. You can actually invite friends along if you want, so you can actually organize organize teams and their comps and so on. It can be really interesting and good. But in this case, we're just going to do a search. And you can, if you want, you can actually go to Browse here, and you can choose some of the current public games that are out there. But I'm not actually doing that. I'm just going to let it choose for me, and we'll jump right in. And here we go. We started in here. You can actually chat with your everybody out there if you want. You can see the enemy team is currently playing Space Marines, Eldar, and more Space Marines. And talk about selection. We're all playing Space Marines, and it's probably because, more or less, the tutorial that they have set up right now is only showing you how to play the Space Marines, and jumping in with another faction it can be a bit confusing, especially since you don't really have a lot of time to read everything that there is about it. This is a general map of the entire field. We're probably going to start at one of these 3 locations at either side, fighting over territory in the middle until finally, you know, we all go all in one side or the other to try and kill each other. Now in this case there is a triple objective. First you'll need to take out a shield generator, then at least one of the large turrets, which can be hugely disruptive and destructive, and then you can take out a power core, which will destroy the enemies and basically win the game. But you have to do it pretty much in that order. You can take out all the turrets if you want, but you do need to take out at least one of the turrets before you can attack the power core. And the power core does have at least a time buying ability where it can put up a shield for about 1 minute. That might help for you to reinforce it with your own troops. But yeah, hey, look at this. It's actually looking similar to Starcraft. If you think that's the case, then you're absolutely correct. This guy here is a builder. He's a servitor. I tell him, I want to build some stuff. Let's build some barracks, or we can build some a chapel, or one of these here, but we need to upgrade the entire unit, this unit here, in order to do so. And then, of course, we can recall our units. In the meantime, I should probably be building something. So let's do that. Let's build an arsenal, put it right back here. And then we're going to build another servitor because we need more builders. And you can see that we are currently here on the map. There are others nearby. You can see all the different factions off on the side. We're actually in a relatively safe area, though it is somewhat on the side here. And if we can, we're going to want to try and get in there as quickly as possible. This here is going to, let's get some tactical Space Marines. We're going to build 2 groups. And then we're going to have the rally point out here, so when they get built, they should run out to this point. There's another servitor. We're going to tell him that we are going to need more stuff. We need a doctrine chapel, so we can build heavier, well, more powerful Space Marines, basically. So let's just put that there. We've got these guys, and we can actually tell them to run out and start gaining us resources if possible. So let's have these guys go out to this point. And it looks like we've got one set of guys that are currently out here that are trying to basically get our own alliance points. Now we have requisition points. That's these little golden chips here. We're going to click that so that it can currently do that. And then when I can actually spend more of these to start upgrading stuff. Power generator activated. Constructs a generator that increases the rate you earn power, which of course we want to do that too. You have different points, requisition points, you've got your power, and then of course you got your elite points, which are used to purchase elites. You earn those over time as you upgrade your stuff and get your troops into position. So let's have these guys here, attack them, and we might be able to reinforce this group. Oh, that kind of hurt. Let's have our group run up here and get reinforced in this little area here. That will give them a little bit more sight and a temporary shield once this is fully taken by our troops. Once they take it, they should have much better cover. There you go, they've got like a protective dome. Now, they're only susceptible to attack from, well, melee at that point. Now let's see if we can get this group to reinforce the other group here. We're going to have them move up. Hopefully they'll be able to keep an eye on them. Now this here, I usually am able to grab one. I don't know why this other player grabbed both of ththese, but I mean it's team resources, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Or at least they're earned in a team fashion, but you know, it is a team game, 3v3. Alright, there we go. These guys are now down here. Perhaps I can have them sneak up into this little, like, hidden zone. In here, they don't get seen once they're in that area unless another enemy enters there. Then they'll be detected. But it might benefit them to actually do so, so that they can get a drop on the enemy. This here allows us to get some different troops. We can get more tactical marines, some devastators, which have these powerful las cannons, or some heavy bolter groups that can help protect against orcs. Oh, this is not good. Let's retreat. These guys are a little overzealous. They're grouping up their groups. This is actually going to be swarmed first, and I'm a bit worried about that. So we're going to leave those guys there for the moment. Perhaps I can reinforce them with something else. At this point, I don't have a lot of options. I'm going to want this servitor to try and upgrade stuff. But in order to get vehicles, I'm going to need to actually upgrade stuff. So let's see what we can come up with here. Alright, we are going to do a special drop of our special Kill Team Iron Maw, landing right on their enemy position here. And then they are going to try and hold off this enemy group, tossing some special mines out or grenades that might actually prove useful in eliminating and killing off a bunch of the enemy. And it looks like some of our friends have come up and started to reinforce us as well. Hopefully these guys will be able to help out. Let's get some flamer, or we can go with missile launchers. Let's do missile launchers. That just sounds good. I don't think these guys are going to live long enough, but they might be able to. Let's have them attack this group here. Oh, yeah, that rocket actually got really close, but not quite. Not quite. Now, this is an injured group. I can actually have them return to this area here and get repaired and reinforced, which is what I want to do because they are an expensive team to field. So that's what we're going to do next. All right. Now I'm upgrading my stronghold, which should allow me to actually deploy some better machinery out on the field, namely, well, vehicles. Vehicles are going to be very, very important in this. They are pretty much the main force for everything that is going on here. This one here, he hasn't really upgraded too much. This is just another reinforcement area. You can have troops in this area and they'll gain a shield benefit from it until the shield is destroyed or something, but yeah. Anyway, I'm moving my injured crew closer, and there you go. One of them just got repaired, and the entire group is full because upon getting close to one of these structures, this little circle will allow you to actually reinforce your group. Now we're going to have our group actually come up here and hopefully try and help out. I think I've got an extra servitor I can also have come up and try and help repair. In fact, I might have two go out there and repair, and hopefully that can get fixed up straight away. This is almost leveled up to level 2, and I might be able to get that extra new unit. There we go. You can see that this is very slowly repairing now because we've got the servitors here. We've got our special Kill Team Iron Maw out there to try and keep things under control should they get attacked, or at least dissuade them from doing so. Now, let's see if I can find that servitor. There we go. Now, this guy here, we're going to want him to build this machine cult, but I can't build this yet because I don't have enough power. 140 power is what I need. Right now, we're at 103, 104, and so on, which is running rather slow. Not much I can do about that at this point because this is currently being upgraded. This is currently being upgraded. Oh, no, it's not. I could spend 50 to try and increase it, but I think I want to get that machine shipyard built first. There we go. I now can build this extra unit that is going to be very, very useful for attacking the enemy. So what I'm going to want to do is put it in an area where it'll actually prove beneficial. I'm thinking kind of putting it here. And therefore it's going to be a little bit more forward of a position, and it can be a little bit closer for others to try and approach in order to repair from it or even access. Now we're going to have our kill team going up here and try and attack, or at least check out this little hidden area. There's nothing up in here, and we're going to have them go along with this little squad here of heavy bolters and see what we can do to try and destroy the enemy team. Oh, that missile shot. It was so good. Oh, now they're in cover, so they have the high ground, and we can't really do too much about that unless we attack in melee, which I'm not going to do at this point, but we might be able to if I actually had built a building that would allow us melee troops. Now, in this case, I don't have that. I have regular tactical squads. In the meantime, though, I am thinking that we should probably back up that one group of our special characters with a couple with some heavy bolters and some las cannons. Now, las cannons are anti-tank or anti-vehicle, and heavy bolters are anti.
Escalated to the second phase of war.
Oh, crew? No, soldier, I guess. All right, and we've got our las cannon team coming out. They actually use different resources. These guys use requisitions. And then your vehicle bay here actually tends to use a lot of power to make stuff and requisitions. You can see there it's 100 and 300. Now what I'm saving up for is going to be some of these tanks. They're going to be really, really powerful. Really powerful. So I want to definitely do that. And this servitor here can actually come right back. And yeah, we're going to want to upgrade our vehicle damage and our vehicle health. And we might as well do, let's see, cluster mines for scouts? No, we don't have any scouts. Research, give all assault marines power swords. That would be good, but I'm not focusing on assault marines this time. Looks like this guy's focusing more on troops, and I'm fine with that. This here, I could make a land speeder, but that's going to be very light. Whirlwind is anti-troops as well. I'm still going to have to wait before I can get some of the more expensive stuff here. So let's see. I think I can bring back some more of my servitors to a different location. Bring these guys back. And I can actually put in a couple tactical squads now that I think about it. Let's do 2 more tactical squads so that I can reinforce these areas at the very least. Create kind of a perimeter so that we can see a little bit better. This here is still upgrading on another front. This one here. There we go. Let's just do it. We're going to upgrade that. And in fact, there's no fear of actually being attacked on this side because it's just nothing is there. So I'm just going to leave that one group. But oh shoot, it looks like we're being attacked by a lot of guys. And in fact, our own kill team was just absolutely destroyed. That's not good. Not good at all. Let's put this other tactical group up here. And he's going to attack these guys. That's not good. These guys here. No. Escape. You guys who... I just upgraded them to plasma weapons, which are going to be much more effective. And this guy here is going to be a problem. Alright, we're just going to wait for him to come near, and then we're just going to plasma gun him. Which is going to do quite a bit of damage, and he's going to just want to try and run away, and then we might be able to retake this. Oh, which is no good though, because look at all this. Look at this, it's just a mess. They've got troops coming in, and we don't even have anything set up yet. This is not good. No, we cannot defend this. This is bad. This is very bad. They've got melee characters coming in too. Oh crap. Alright, suddenly things look pretty bad. So, let's get a few tactical squads out here. Then we're going to have our las cannons coming up here to try and help back up some of the other troops. More heavy bolters as well. And hopefully these turrets are going to be able to help us out a little bit more. It's just really difficult with the oncoming onslaught. Apparently the enemy team got the center, which is a lot more resources early on, and we were not doing anything to actually prevent it from happening. Alright, so hopefully we'll be able to do something to these guys. Let's just take out this guy here. Throw our servitor at him even. Yes, go get him. Go get him. Yeah. Alright. Everybody, come back. I don't want to charge too far into this enemy group, but I am thinking that we've got them on the run. It might be beneficial to actually put this group up here into the into cover, so that they gain that protection eventually by the time the others come in. And these las cannon groups actually have quite a bit of damage that they can do. I'm upgrading this other group of Marines to plasma guns again. And it looks like our friend is calling in some of his extra help as well. If you get confused, just remember, I'm the green group. And they're actually doing pretty good in holding off these guys. I just wasn't expecting quite so much of these guys to be coming in like this. Alright, maybe I can afford a tank yet? No, because I've just been pumping out non-stop troops all the time. Oh, it's no good. This is going to be a bit before I can afford anything because I need power. Well, this is going quicker than I thought for eliminating the enemy control point at least. They are just making short work of it because they're almost all heavy weapons at this point. So that's good to see, but the enemy just did drop another unit on that spot. Though we might, yeah, it looks like we're able to help reinforce that a bit. And the enemy is now, our friendlies are now kind of trying to clean up the enemies here. Though those are a pretty heavy squad. Ouch. We're still going to end up lending a hand, I'm sure of it. Can I move these guys a little closer? Yes, move closer. There we go. And this one little group out here is still doing nothing, just keeping an eye on things. Nothing really fancy going on there. It's a non-stop uphill battle, that's for sure. How are we doing for resources? Still not there for any kind of weapons. I could reinforce with some of my special guys here. I could bring back my special group, or I could bring in Gabriel Angelos. But I think I want to save up my elite points at this point so I can get a really big hard hitter and then push in really hard. This character here that's on our side, the yellow team, has done a really good job in reinforcing that counter push that we did. I was sure that we were going to lose a lot more. It looked like they had heavier troops going on than what I had expected. Alright, making a few servitors this time so I can hopefully drop them down here and help with the progress on anything that might be needed. And it looks like I keep on spending my points to try and upgrade these units so that they produce things faster. This one, it seems to just constantly be stuck at some kind of point. I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. I was expecting a bit more, but I guess we'll find out. Let's try and get down there. What is, that's not good. That was an enemy attack, it looked like, of some sort. That might have been from a heavy, like one of these super large characters. If we can avoid it, I don't think we want that to happen. No, it looks like we are under attack. We're going to have to spend some forces to try and help out. So, let's make a whirlwind. We're going to make a vehicle one way or another, and that's going to be it. So, I might grab one group of plasma gunners and have them run up here to try and reinforce. Oh, wow. We are being majorly attacked at this point. So this is not good. We're going to have these guys move to plasma guns, and then we're going to have them come on up here as well. Well, one of our turrets has been destroyed. That's not a good sign at this point. And we might be able to do something with this. Hopefully. Come on. Shoot. That's not really going to help much. So we're going to have to move this group into here, into the protection area, and hopefully do something. That did not go so well. What we can do, though, is try and bring down some help. So let's bring down some help. I think at this point, we're going to need it. Yeah. So there we go. We now have this beauty here, which is going to be attacking the enemy. Hopefully. And we might as well bring down a little bit of extra help as best we can before we get flooded by more enemy attackers. Now, of course, our main character just totally got owned there, which is bad. Very bad. We're going to have all these guys coming in, leaving cover. Yeah, our core is at 75%. We're going to put the shield up so that they don't destroy it. and we're going to just abandon our position, attack these guys and destroy them, hopefully quickly. I don't know. Maybe. And it looks like we might be doing a counter push again. Oh wow, our group is being annihilated at this point. Let's see if we can get more Space Marines coming out here. Yeah, our Devastator squad has range on these guys, but we're just going to leave them there for now. They're probably going to get shot and destroyed. Oh no, it's not so good. This is bad. Oh, and this is the end. As you can see, it's similar to Starcraft, where it's kind of a Zerg rush at the end there. You coordinate your forces, you can become very formidable foes. Had a bit of a slow start, I have to admit, but this is pretty much how my games have been going lately. But you get the idea. Once you're done, you just quit there, and then you get the rewards for playing, whether it be a win or a loss. And here you see that you gain experience for the different elites. Gabriel was never summoned, so he did not gain any experience. Team Kill Iron Maw actually did get a little bit of experience. They were summoned in. They did some good work early on, but later on, not so much. And then Imperial Knight Solaria, the really huge mech, did a lot of damage before she got taken out. But hey, she did some good help. It was just too little too late at that point. So we're going to continue on. You can see that you're in 25 skulls. Of course, more skulls earns you more things that you can unlock. And then you can see how good or bad everybody did. As you can see, we started at one side, moved in towards the other, and yeah, we're overtaken completely and utterly. Here we go. Let's look at Vallen Frostweaver. This is me here. We had our own group here. We had 62 units lost, 51 units produced. I was a little bit behind the others. I think it was because I didn't do anything for like the first minute or two because I was talking to everybody here. But hey, objective damage, none, because we never actually got to the objective. Structure damage, 20%. I think that might have been because we took over one of the units that they took from us. There were no nodes killed because we did not actually advance. We were always on the defensive. And requisition spent, I spent not enough, it appears, as well as the power. I spent about as much as everybody else. I spent my elite points as much as I could there, but like I said before, it was too little too late. And the enemy, you can see here, they spent very similar amounts, but they had like twice as much power because they did seize that center node early on, which gained them a huge advantage. And we did not push beyond the 3 that we had. It looks like they probably took over those 3, and then they moved on to the middle 3, which doubled their production, leaving us in the dust. But there you go. This is pretty much it for the current status of the open beta, at least, for Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 3. You guys enjoyed this video. Don't be afraid to give a like, comment, subscribe, and spread the mischief to others if you think they'll enjoy this mischief too. And until next time, folks, I'll see ya.